They're not running yet. You better shut it off.
No, we're going to start it right now. We don't care if we got a little noise.
Yeah.
I want to show T-Bird these old-time films here. This is a picture of Paul on the junior high team, and this had to be in the year 66-67. John Morgan was the coach there. You can see Paul Bergman and Charlie Gills and Chuck Stallman, Marvy Worms. I guess this would have been their JV team that went undefeated, or maybe one of the two of them that went undefeated. Looks like Jerry Busher. There's Paul. Paul played guard in JVs. He's a kind of a little runt in. But we're playing Parkway here. I don't know. I don't think we had much trouble beating him. I can see Dr. Bob Kenny in the middle there. Who's that guy on the other side? Can't remember him. There's Fernie, John Bruns, Ron Niekamp, Pat Niekamp, and Frank's going to miss his. He didn't quite make her. And John Post just hooks her. Ron was a junior this year in high school, and Pat was a senior. Bob was a sophomore. We're playing Parkway, and they weren't a very strong team at that time. Let's see, you can see Ron running the baseline there. Bernie's playing center, and John Brintz is also a forward. John missed a free throw. Looks like Albert Fonkamp and John Post are in front of the zone there. I couldn't tell who shot that. Looked like maybe it was Ron. There's Albert's shot. Yeah, that's Ron. John Bruce. Ron started to become a pretty good player when he was a junior already. There's Fran talking to the troops. That was the first year that gym was open. It was brand new that year. In fact, I think it didn't open up at quite the beginning of the season. We had to practice some other gyms for a while. There's a foul on me. That wasn't really a foul. That referee was wrong. I think Dad's got three of us on film at once here. Bob and Ron and I are all in the game at that point. Bob's going to hit one from the corner here, I believe. Now Ron shoots one. Ron's playing guard there as a junior. He had played some guard as a sophomore also. There's Bob shooting from the right side, left-hander. Looks like, can't tell who that was shooting there. No. Here's the same team, another game. I'm not sure who we play here. We're warming up on the other end. I think that end's a little bit higher. Someone misses their dunk here. Yep. Oh, I know what game this is. This is the 5 overtime game with IC. Bill Crone and the Fort Camp boys. Bob McKernan and Bob Berkey. They had a good team. Bob McKernan ended up playing for Memphis State. This is fairly late in the season, and I don't think the game meant a whole lot at this point. But the game went on in overtimes. I don't think there's that much of the game on here. Let's see once. It's like we're out to a lead at the start, but it doesn't last 14-11 first quarter. Bill Crone was a real skinny, tall guy, good jumper. He got the tip about every time for Verney that game, I think. There's a nice pass. There's Verney to Ron. Looks like John Post hit a free throw. Another bucket inside. This year's team was really strong inside. The front line was really effective with Vern and John Brins and Ron. And the guards were not as experienced. Albert and John Post played guard, and I played some guard with them too, but we weren't very experienced. Like Vern passing to John Bruns. There we get the tip. Verney passed it out to Ron and get the tip in. Film's a little bit quick, a little bit hard to follow, but otherwise it's pretty good shape. The half the court they're playing on there, you know, that used to be the old gym that used to run sideways. Those side boards were left over from the gym as it used to be prior to this year. Bobby McKernan fouled him. Okay, we got a new year here. JV game again. Looks like Bob Kenny and Paul Niekamp there. Charlie Gills. You think that's New Bremen? It might be. Looks like it, doesn't it? But looks like it would be New Bremen. These guys were a good JV team with John Morgan coaching them, and it went on to be a good varsity team when they got older. They didn't have any real big size, but they just had real good ball handling and real good team play. They were a little short as a JV team, didn't it? Tubby Wilson's referee. Yep, that's Tubby. He refereed for a long time. There's Bob Kenny with the ball. Over to Paul. Shots up. Nope. Charlie Gills in the corner. Is that Larry Post in the middle? That's who it is, yep. Good rebound bucket. This must have been a pretty closely contested game here, it looks like. In fact, it looks like these guys are down a couple buckets. Got a little trap going on. Bob Kenny hits a bucket. 36-32 with 5 minutes to go in the game. I think they came back to win that, no. Okay, this is Ron's senior year. This would be 68, or the year 67-68. And let's see. Looks like they're playing New Bremen, doesn't it? I think New Bremen's good player then was John Pape. And maybe they had Wisman playing too. Might have had them both playing. They were a pretty strong team then, but let's see who else they have out here. John's playing, Vic Post, Ron, Paul Bergman, and Bob. That's their lineup right there. John and Vic were guards, and Ron and Bob played forwards, and Paul Bergman played the center. Let's see, working around the zone here. Got it into Big Ron. Get a block in there. Jump ball. I think that was Pape jumping there. John Pape was a pretty nice player for them. That's Ron's baseline move. He really liked that move when he'd fake one way and then drop step the baseline. He was good at that. He'd use the same kind of move in college pretty well, really. There's Big Paul. Yep. A long shot. A lot of zones played. Easier for a bigger team. It wasn't real quick to play a zone and control the boards, I guess. Dave Stallman's in there now? Yeah, that's Fishmo. That looked like Fishmo's shot, a little short. Bob got the rebound, put it in. Nope, someone missed there. Somebody hit one from the corner. Here goes Hooker, looking over the top to Ron. He's got him in the back. They get the ball in the middle for an easy one. That's Ron's shot from the baseline. Someone got the rebound, might have been John. Here comes Victor. Hits Bob. Rebound bucket in. I'm not sure who that blonde-haired kid from New Bremen is. It might be Flippo, I think. Moeller? Did they? That might have been. Did they have Pape and Wisman at the same time? Would that have been about right? Yep. See if we can see the scoreboard here once, see what the score is. We got 62-54 going into the last quarter, evidently. Letting them play ball a little bit here. Is that Tubby Wilson in the middle again there, Dan? That was him, yeah. He's a little grayer, but that's Tubby. Used to be a pretty nice arrangement for fans in that gym down there. St. Henry's fans could pretty well dominate the court. They had it surrounded on 3 sides plus half of the end. The visiting bleachers would sit in the corner of the end because that was the sitting from the old gym, the way it had been before, and it made it real nice home court advantage for the Redskins. There's Ron hitting another free throw. Looks like the JV team against Fort Recovery. Is that Carl? There's Charlie. Yep. There's Paul. Yeah. Yeah, the varsity guys are going down. This is a JV game with Fort Recovery, and it's probably that 68 year. So Paul and those guys are sophomores. There's John Morgan and Fran Gilble. Susie Post, who's Hoying, was the cheerleader there. Here comes the boys out for the varsity game. There's Dale Metzger, and let's see who else is out there. Ken Hybe's out in front for Fort Recovery, and Bob hit that one. Yep. Yep. Vic lost the ball, but Bob caught up with him. Bob got the jump ball. Ron missed the jumper, but looked like Vic put that back in. There's Hooker. Hooker got fouled. Okay. Vicker seems like a pretty effective passer. He always sees that guy open on the baseline. There, he just nailed one. There's Johnny nailing one. 22-17. Started the second quarter, maybe. Hybe and Myring, and Bob Myring is jumping. Mike Greasup, I recognize him. Hybe's, let me see. There's Dale Metzger, too. I can see him. Paul Bergman get the rebound back up. Made the three-point play. These games with St. Henry and Fort Recovery started as quite a rivalry. Probably started about the year before when Fort Recovery was ranked first in the state and St. Henry was ranked real high. And then this year's St. Henry team had a better record than the year before. I think 67 team was 19-3, and this team was 20-3, or maybe better than that, but I know it was a better record than the year before. I think the other player out front for Fort Recovery is a Fowler, I believe, Rick Fowler. Yeah, turns got him pretty good there. Can't tell who the referees are. There's Lyle Monroe. Bob Meyering went on to play basketball at Indiana State. He played there before, of course, before Larry Bird went there. Lyle Monroe played at Marshall University. Ken Hyvee played at Ohio University. Ron played at Miami. Vic Post played at Marion College in Indianapolis. John Post played baseball at Ohio State. And Bob played baseball at Ohio University. So there was a bunch of pretty good athletes on the floor at the same time. No, Vern's not on this. He was in the game before. Some pretty big teams there, actually. Probably both teams have a player that's at least 6'6", and Monroe probably ended up 6'7" or 8" before he was done growing. Ron was a nice 6'5" forward, and Paul Bergman was probably 6'6" in the middle. Two coaches in this game were rivals for a long time. They coached against each other probably for 15 years. Fran Gibble, of course, at St. Henry all that time, and Al Sauter was the coach at Fort Recovery against him for about 15 years. 16 points going into the fourth quarter. I tried to tip the ball to the offensive player back to the basket. That worked pretty often. Didn't work that time. Nice pass. There, Meyering starting to hit a couple. Like you're making a little rally here. Got it down to 10, huh? Another steal. Ron hit the first free throw. There's the big offensive bucket. 78-67 final. Okay, here's, I think, a JV game again. Been the same year, looks like. Who's that guy that played center when Paul was a sophomore? You know, Dale Langkamp. Yeah, Dale Langkamp. That's who it is. That's a guy. I thought I saw him once before and I didn't recognize him. And we went right to the varsity game here already. This looks like Lima Perry. There weren't very many teams with black players that we played at that time. Lima Perry was one of them. Shelley was younger. He might have played against Tom. I don't think he played at this time yet. Although they had a guy who jumped real well inside for him. Looks like we're kind of handling one of the boards here. Getting most of the rebounds and loose balls. This is pretty much the same guys playing yet. Paul in the middle and Ron and Bob at forwards and Vic and John. There's a nice pass. Here comes Vic down the side. Nope, Johnny's going to get it. He got fouled. The Perry Commodores. Looked like Bob's shot. Ron off the glass. Seems funny to watch the games when the jump ball was jumped all the time instead of taken out. I know that rule's only been in effect a few years, but it sure looks funny to see the jump ball all the time. There's Victor going for an easy one. Looks like Henry controlled the boards in this game. Whoops, might have been a foul there. Nice move for Victor, weaving down the middle. That was Ron. Looks like it's starting to be a blowout. Commodores don't know what they're in for here. Nice baseline bucket. They surely can't get, Perry can't get many rebounds, can they? They've been, well, there's that baseline move again. Likes to fake that one way and go the other. Nice pass by Vic. Oops, missed the shot. No, Bob got it back. Oops, he might have traveled. Like Gary Delside took that shot from the top of the key the last time down. Denny Rose is the top.
Yep, Denny Rose.
Yeah. Denny and Gary were two senior subs on that team. There's Denny Rose. Well, the Prairie game's continued. Looked like that one was over. We might have a reel turned around here. It looks like the same. There's the same guys in there. Who's that? That was Dave Stallman there that shot that in, right? 20?
20, yeah. 2 more numbers than 20.
Looks like Charlie Gills is in there too now. That was Bob's shot off the side there. There's Bob again. Oh, Bob's getting hot now. Oh, Vic missed a nice move inside. Is that Denny Rose there? I think it is. There's the final, 93-52. Looks like we're going outside here. Some of these pictures didn't come through real well, but it was just about a shame to get rid of them. Some pretty nice remembrances here if we could only see them a little better. This is at Ohio U, okay. I knew it was a baseball, wasn't sure which one it was. Okay, he's got the jacket on the far right. They had quite a team when Bob was OU. He played with, well, Mike Smits was a shortstop there, and Steve Swisher was the catcher. Steve Swisher played for the Cubs a long time, and Mike Smits is probably going to end up being a Hall of Famer from the Phillies. Had some other good players too, but those were two guys that really made it big in the majors. Wren was the baseball coach there at OU for many, many years, and while he was there, they were really a baseball powerhouse. They'd just been, in fact, they went to the World Series, College World Series when Bob was a freshman, but he wasn't eligible then. And they had been there like, 2 out of the last 4 years or something. Here's some of us, Bob and, is it Bob and Ron and I? Mike, I can't remember. When we went down to see Bob when he was in the minors, and we stopped at Cooperstown, New York. And this is the Baseball Hall of Fame here at Cooperstown. There's Ron and Bob and myself, Pat. There's Bob's wife, Jenny, and there's little Nimmer. Okay, here's the ballpark where the New York Yankees A team, the Oneida Yankees, played. It was in the New York, Pennsylvania League, right, Dad? Oneida Yankees. Tim made the trip down there. We buzzed out there for a weekend, saw a ball game, and visited Bob and saw the Hall of Fame. It was pretty neat. Bob had a pretty decent year with the Yankees farm team, but by the time he went there, he'd already been in college 3 years. He couldn't leave. He wasn't eligible until he was 21. And by then, on the A team, he was one of the older guys. I think his nickname was Pops, wasn't it? They called him Pops. There, Bob and another guy warming up there. They had a neat ball field there. It was really an all-wood structure, and it was like the wooden outfield fence. Oh, it looks like they had girls there, too. Real nice diamond, and the local fans supported it real well. See a lot of kids asking the players for autographs. It was pretty sitting in a kind of a pretty wooded, hilly area of New York. Now we got this little fishing shifted in the middle here. That was Mom, and I'm not sure where we're at here yet. Can you pick out where that was, Dad?
That's at Bosaki's at Minocqua.
Bosaki's at Minocqua.
It's burned out.
Okay. There's a stringer full of fish. Mike's got some here. So he had some big crappies there and some bass too, didn't he? Okay. That other little clip was okay, that was up northern Wisconsin then. Okay. This might have been when he got that big crappie. Is that the big one there that he got mounted? That must be the one Mike has mounted on his wall. That's Barb. I can't tell which one though. Here's Grandma. Here's some St. Henry baseball. Ron's pitching, yep. We'll get a few clips here. This is again when the baseball diamond was up close. I'm not sure who the batter is here. Looks like it might be Marvy Worms. Kind of the way he's stroking the ball. Is that Victor? Yeah. I'm not sure about that one. Is that Bob? Yeah, you can tell his swing. Whoops. Ron's batting, yeah. Dave Stallman, okay. I'm not sure about this one. There's the baseball coach. Larry Rodeheffer? Rodeheffer was a coach. Rodenberger? Rodenberger. Looks like John Morgan might have been helping him too. He may have been the JV coach or something, but Rodenberger was the coach, I guess. Larry Rodenberger, okay. Who's catching here? Probably Johnny Post. That's when the baseball diamond was right in town there next to school, and they still had cornfields out there. They don't have any of them left anymore. Yeah, pretty well built up. Oh, Oscar Fouts' place is still across the road there. The outside. Yeah, there's Tom. No, it wouldn't have been Terry, I don't believe. Is that Marvy batting there? Sure looks like it must be, huh? Vic? Yeah. Be careful, Brent. You gotta stay back so I can see. You can't touch that stuff, otherwise you'll mess something up. Okay. Who was number 5 now? Is that? Yeah, I believe. He does pretty faded sleeves there. Yeah, there was John Morgan. He was helping with the team anyhow. I'm not sure. Rich had been. He was when I was a senior, but this is a year later. I'm not sure he still was or not. Here's another basketball film. Looks like full recovery against St. Henry in a JV game again. I believe it is. Looks like Charlie has it in the corner. Yep. Trying to see who's all in there.
Looks like Carl's Kesters.
Might be Carl, huh? That was Paul out in front, huh?
Number 40 is Chuck Salmon.
That's Dale Langkamp again, isn't it?
Dale Langkamp.
Yeah. Chuck Stammen there's 30.
And Larry Post is in there too, I think.
See if we can find him. He was in that bunch before, wasn't he? There's Carl Kesters. Or Carl Everman, I mean, yeah.
Charlie Gilson's in there. That's him making
Yep.
the shot.
Yep.
Carl Edmonds playing in the middle. 22 there.
Can't tell. Carl got fouled. Okay.
35 to 15.
Brett, just hold her back a little bit there. Here, yeah, the earliest days of St. Henry football. We'll get to see the coaches that started them off here. And I'm not really sure, but I would assume that this is junior high level when Kent Reams got killed in a motorcycle accident. Yeah, and Ransbottom was the first head coach at St. Henry football. If this is a junior high team, that probably against Marion, and it looks like that would have been when Tom was in the 8th grade and Jack probably in the 7th grade, huh? So it's hard to tell who else would have been in there, but Neil Busher would have been in Tom's grade playing football. And yeah, I don't know who else would have been in there. Uh-oh, got a fumble. It's kind of hard to be better if we had someone here that had played on this team, could tell us who some of the players were. But that looks like the field at Marion. Looks like St. Henry's running the ball pretty well here. Now we get a 4th and about 3. Looks like a first down. This looks like it might be a Little League game. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's a Little League game on the old Little League diamond. Vincent Reese Wiederman's house out there in left field, across the road. There's the big oak tree. Used to sit right by that elementary school diamond, which became the Little League diamond for many years. I don't know if we'll be able to tell the players here or not. Wonder if that's Joe pitching. Did Joe pitch in Little League? Yeah, Tom's making the speech at the athletic banquet here, one of them. Was that Rodenberger? Okay. I didn't know him very well. John Morgan, the JV coach. John was a pretty popular figure in town for a couple of years. He didn't stay very long. Girls getting their awards. There's Peachy and the Heart Boy. I'm not sure about that one. Sparky, Larry, it's like Paul Jr., Carl, Dale Landcamp, Bob Kenny, Chuck Stallman, there's Charlie standing up, Marv Worms, Fran's talking. Got some awards for the cheerleaders. There's Susie. Is that Tate's lock sitting there at the table, Dad? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Tate's was at the athletic banquet because he was recruiting Ron for Miami at that time. Yeah, he's assistant coach at Indiana for Bobby Knight now after kind of a bumpy road. He made it all the way up and down the trail anyhow. There's Denny Rose. Tall Paul Bergman, Bob, like Victor, Puchiantrup, Dave Stallman, Charlie, there's Ron, and John Post. Was that Bob again? Couldn't tell. Ron, Victor, Paul, and Johnny, Victor again. These guys are making a lot of trips up here. Looks like Ron's getting some help from Mom there to handle some of his hardware. Looks like Paul Bergman has a little presentation to make. Okay. Now we're at Millette Hall, down in Miami. Tommy Robertson in the middle. Jerry Sears is at one guard. Darrell Dunlap. Timmy Meyer just passed to Jerry Sears. That was whiz-bang right through the middle. Jerry Sears again. Timmy Myers. Trying to think of what year this is. I'm not sure. Probably sophomore or junior year. Tommy Roberts inside. Who's 14? That's not Garlow, is it? Maybe it was. Do you have any idea who they're playing here, Dan?
No, I don't have unless it's Marshall.
I can't pick it up from the uniforms or anything. There's Dunlap down the middle. We'll see if that's Garlow. If he's a left-handed shooter, we'll know it's him. I believe it is. I believe that Garlow's on the point there. Ron and Garlow kind of switched off a lot that year. Larry played quite a bit. I couldn't tell if he shot that left-handed or not. Looked like Hollywood Handy there, didn't it? Steve Handy from Fort Wayne. Yeah, that was Hollywood. Who's the little guard then? Mike Wren, number 10? That has to be him, right? Is it Mike Wren? There was Ron. Ron got the foul, or else Wren did, one of the two. Looks like they're going to run that triple stack here for a little bit. Try to get that ball low. Oops. Two easy buckets in a row. Brett, don't leave that bell go. That looks like Ron on the handoff. Looks like Ron shot, but it didn't go in. Can't be sure. It's hard to get real close with the camera here at Millette. This had to be one of the first years Millette was open, Dad, wasn't it? Did it open up when Ron was a freshman? Yeah. So this may have been the junior year. It had been open a couple years. Herb Hugelman's out there, and Steve Slusher. Like Tim Meyer at the guard again. There was Ron getting a rebound bucket. Herb missing one. Must have lost the ball on that fast break. Nice pass by Wren. That looked like an easy win, 91-66. Another game at Millette. I don't know who we're playing here either. Let's see if we can figure it out. Oh, I bet this is Dayton, isn't it? Yep. Cross White and Jackson and Kenny May for Dayton. There's Timmy Myers in the corner. Daryl Dunlap. Tommy Roberts is inside in the post. There's Ron just split off the post there. I think this is the game that Dayton played at Miami, and And Kenny May started off not scoring very well, and Omar Williams was calling the game. And they put Ron in and put him on Kenny May, and Omar said, I expect now that Kenny May will start scoring with the slower player on him. But I don't think he did very well. I think Ron held him down pretty good when he guarded him. That's George Jackson, who just shot and missed. Dunlap missed one. No. I'm not sure what the score of the game was here, but I'm almost sure that they won. I think when Ron was in school, they beat Dayton almost every time, didn't they? Brent, I think they are over there. If you want Mom to call over there, you can and see about going over there if you want to.
Who?
If you want Grandma to call after she's done on the phone. Dunlap's now the JV coach at Dayton Jefferson. Ben Waterman, his old high school coach, is the head coach, and Dunlap's the JV coach. Tim Meyer still lives in Cincinnati, and I think he works with Coca-Cola or something. No, I'm not sure, but he lives in Cincinnati. Herb Hilgelman coached in small college for a while, and I think he became the AD at Center College. He might still be down there. Center College in Tennessee. Here comes Wren. He usually came in when Miami had a lead and wanted to run some time off the clock. He was a good free throw shooter and a good ball handler. They're running their delay there. They're running double stack high. No, that's not really a... Yep. Not sure who some of Dayton's players were there. If Rex Gardecki played then, he'd hurt his knee earlier at guard. But they would have had, well, they had an Albertke from Chaminade. He might have been out there. That Jack Hill from Delphus, I don't think he played very long. That's a good bucket by Handy. She don't have any coffee on there, does she? Let's give me a little bit. Tied up at halftime. No, just playing. Looked like Ron's bucket inside there. He got a nice pass. Now they got a backdoor job. Looks like Kenny May with the ball there. And let's see. This would be cross white. George Jackson. During these years that the Dayton-Miami rivalry was going on, Ron was going to school in Miami and playing ball, and I had transferred to Dayton, so I was a student at the University of Dayton. And I usually had fun at my house because I rooted for Miami's team, even though I was going to school at Dayton. Yeah, there's Ron guarding Kenny May, all right. I don't think Kenny had a very good scoring night against him. Let's see. So we got Ron coming up again at Miami. It's Jerry Pearson and Joe Barry. They're still down there. This would have been 71, and we're talking here in 88. So 89, actually, 17 years later, they're both still coaching at Miami. That's pretty good long time. Looks like Ron's guarding the guy with the ball. See if you figure out who they're playing here, Dad. I don't know, unless we can pick it up on the scoreboard. Think it might have been the next year against Dayton? I don't know. I have to watch a little bit. Tommy Roberts put it in. 41-37, but you can't see the board to see who it was. Okay, this is back at St. Henry High School, and looks like Denny Borgett's pass there. Is that Jack? No, that's Carl Kester's. But Jack's out there then. That was Dale Yelnick that just made that shot. I recognized his shot. So this would be Tom playing. Carl Kester's and Tom. Tom will be 32 on this, I bet, number. Yeah. And Carl got her back in again. There's Dale Yelnick and Tom. Tom Stallman's up on top there on this side. That's most of them. Can't figure out who the other one would be. Oh, I know. Denny Borgert would be the other one. He was out there. There's Tommy Joe knocking in that jumper. That might have been Dale or Tom Stallman. I couldn't tell. There was Tom hitting another one. Who are we playing here? Looks like it must be the Knoxville Rangers, huh? Yeah, it looks to be. Let's see if we can figure out where this is at.
Looks like it's Lima Shawnee.
Is that where it's at? This must have been the tournament when Tom was a junior, and now a senior in '72 is when they went to the district finals in Double A, right? That would have been the year. This had to be the time.
That's when Frank Putoff played that.
Yeah, Frank Putoff played when they went in '72.
But he's not in here though. This was the year before that.
Year before, I think '71. There's Tom. Yeah, '71. This is before Tom had his knee boogered up, huh?
Yeah, right. '66 and '35 or something.
Yeah, they blistered them pretty good.
Whoever it is.
He can just walk over there and see if they're there. Where in the heck would that be? You think that's in Shawnee?
You see the big Indian up there on the wall.
Okay.
You see it up there?
Yeah, that's... Okay, that's what that is. That's where they introduce their players through that or something, huh?
Yeah, they do something like that.
I don't think I've been to Shawnee for a long time. I've been to Bath and Senior more often, but not Shawnee for a long time. It's like Tom making a couple there. We're back at Oxford. To be Meyer. Okay, we're at Miami now, and now we're switching to Lima Senior. I don't know how we jumped right away, but we weren't sure where we were at there. Okay. That would have been '72 then, maybe, huh? So Henry looks like they're in the dark uniforms anyhow. Yeah, that ain't too bad. I think we're back in business here with our dubbing. I believe we are. You can tell it's Senior by that balcony on the left side that hangs over there, can't you? And the way their scoring tables lined up and everything. They look like Frank got the rebound there, maybe. Right.
This might be against Lima Bath. We were Double A.
Yeah, that would have been '72 if that was the year. Looks like Tom Stam in there. Yeah, that's the team, all right. That was Frank Putoff. This is the year we were talking about before, but it was this.
Went up north and beat Archibald.
Archibald, yeah.
Beat by Napoleon.
Napoleon beat him, right. Now we're back at St. Henry. Yeah. Bob Kenny. The Carl laid her up a little short. Who are we playing against here?
Probably taking a shot and missed it. That was him. Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm. Look at Bill Salmon over there with him too. So that had to be the JV team. Looks like they might be playing Fort Recovery, and that would have. Is that? It looks like IC's uniforms. Yeah. That was Marvy passing the ball on top, wasn't it? Yeah, Marvy's got the ball. Couldn't tell who that was. That was Bob, huh? He got that follow in before too, and that's Vic. So this could be '69 then. This is the year after Ron graduated. This would be '69. This 69 team was better record-wise yet than the 68 team. I can't remember what their record was, but it might have been like 21-2 or something like that. That's what this is, the 69 game against Salina IC. Charlie's hitting one, missed from the side there. The JV was on first against them. That's why we didn't recognize those uniforms, and then this was the varsity game. There's Bob's left-handed shot. Bob was pretty dead from that wing, wasn't he? He could hit that ball from the wing in the corner. Against St. Joe, is that right? He had that many? 36. There was Vic's move in the middle. Well, they weren't stopping that low post pass very easily. There's Johnny. Johnny is 42. And there's Charlie, 40. Look like Vic hitting that one. Charlie's bombing it. Yeah, that was Bob's shot from the right-hand side. Charlie to Marv, to Charlie. Up, no good. Rebound, Victor, no good. Yep, little turnover in the fast break. There's Dave Salmon, got a breakaway. Yep, Fishmo's in there again. Nails one from the side. Kind of think who the IC players were that year. I'm not sure. I think they had a Sutter who wasn't too bad, but I don't remember too many of their players really at that time. Nice inside move there. Would have been a nice move with that. Yep. Who's that jumping now? 40. No. Okay, that might be. Like Carl Everman's in there. Charlie?
Must have a subs in there.
Yeah, I think they must have. It looks like they got some different players in there from what they started with. 44-29 at the half. There's Chuck Stallman.
Looks like we got Margie and Red Kenny out in front.
Yeah.
And we got Charlie.
The guy at the high post for IC is a soccer, I bet you. He's the younger of those soccer boys. And then Bill Soccer would have been coaching here, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that had been before. This would have been a little early for that. Nice shot.
Bob's on this thing anymore. On this count. This is a different game.
This is we're on another game now, huh?
Another game. I think this is when Paul was senior.
Looks like Paul shooting the free throws, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that is.
He was starting center and everyone replaced him.
Yeah, so when Paul started jumping, we saw 40 jumping center there, then that was the next year's game. Okay, that's what I thought. So Paul and Charlie and Chuck Stallman and Marv and these guys are all seniors now. Carl would come off the bench and play some for Paul or play some inside, huh? as a junior.
I don't know if that's ice either.
No, I'm not so sure they are anymore.
Might be for the Blackhawks.
Could be. I bet you it's, yeah, Miss Hennell would be a good bet for those uniforms. Oop, a little strong. Rebound backing in. Paul gets the rebound. Nope, back the other way. Okay. Now we're back at Oxford.
We're back in Miami again.
Yeah. Who made the drive there? Was that Tim Meyer? Now we're back to St. Henry. That was a short game, yeah, the other one was. I'll bet you this is 71.
This looks like Fort Recovery now.
Fort Recovery, yeah. Fort Recovery's playing at St. Henry. Carl Kester's is in the middle.
Jack and Moose Orty.
on the bottom. There's Moose on this side, Jack's on the other side. Now who's the two guys on top end? Let's find out here. Chuck Kenny with the ball, maybe, huh? And Rick Stahl, I bet you. Yeah, yeah, he's left-handed. That's Rick. Would that be Rick?
I don't think so.
No.
12 was kind of picking him up.
Who's the guy with the ball there?
Yeah, that's what I figure out.
Carl missed a couple.
Jack shooting. He's got number 40 on Jack head.
I thought Jack used to wear 32.
He's got 40 on there.
Okay, he might have that.
Moose has got 30 on. Kester's got 42.
Okay.
They had a pretty good team. But I can't picture that guard, that 34.
No, I can't either.
Can't remember it. And 12 either. I can't picture who that 12 is there.
We'll figure him out here. Sooner or later.
It looks like he's a left-hand.
I bet it is Rick Stahl in.
Must have been
He might have only been a sophomore then. Yeah, he'd have been a sophomore, but that's him, I bet you.
That is.
Looks like his dribble.
Who's the other one? He's a little slow.
Well, on it.
34.
I can't picture him. Oh, is that Hart? Did Hart play with guard for a while when Jack was in school? I bet it is. There's Terry Phillips, the JV coach. Yeah, that's Jack, number 40. You don't think it's Gary Hart? I think it might be. Yeah, Tony Mitchell and I can't think of the other one. Now we got a different game here again, don't we? Red Kenny and Carl Everman inside. So that game before would have had to been not 71 but 72 maybe, huh?
It's from Jack and Lucian seniors.
See, because
Yeah. Dale Young ain't here in this one now.
yeah,
And Everman. This is one, Thomas,
yeah, that couldn't have been 72. It had to be. Heck, it might have even been 73 then, huh? When Jack and Moose and all those guys played, that could have been a 73 game. Looked like Ron May there. Yeah, that's Ron. I can tell his shot. Kevin Dilworth is guarding the ball there. Or Ed Snyder. Kevin, I think. It was Tommy Joe's move in the middle. There's Ed Snyder with the ball. Don Judy. Yeah. That must be John Wendell, probably. Yeah. This would be 71. This would be the year Fort Recovery won the state.
Did they have a Judy in there too?
Don Judy.
Don Judy?
Yeah, he's jumping right there. That's their tall guy. That was Don. Oop, somebody went up and missed it. Get the rebound, put her back in. Looked like Tom. Morgan, that's the other guy it was, yeah. Bob Morgan. Yeah, they were pretty good officials. Everybody liked Tony, especially. Yeah, I kind of drove the lane and put her up there. There's a good bucket. There's Kevin Dilworth now. He'd only been a sophomore. On this side, I bet it is Denny Borgert, yeah. 39-32, pretty good ball game. Snyder misses. Out of bounds to Fort Recovery. That's a grease up. Wouldn't that be? Can't remember that shot there, kind of. That's Wilson. That's Mike Wilson, Randy Wilson's older brother. Bob Kenny to... Oops, somebody got fouled there.
You got a pretty long tape on there.
Yeah. Tell you got a lot of action in these ball games, and it's a little quick. I think when we switch it over to VHS, it might have been better to move it just a little slower, but I guess it's not too bad. You can pick everybody out pretty well, can't you? That must be Tom Stallman shooting that one there. Yeah. Somebody got a long one from the top there. Looks like Recovery's putting a little full court pressure on. Nailed another one. There's Reinhardt that just passed the ball there. Steve Reinhardt. Can't remember without looking back. Yeah, that might have been. And there's Tom Stallman and Denny Borgert. Like May's shot. No, that must have been Snyder. Tied up after 3. It's pretty close here, isn't it? Nope, missed the breakaway on the tip. Yeah, he just got that rebound, didn't he? Carl's move. Yeah, looks like I couldn't tell who it was. Yeah, that was a close one. That was a little Dilworth. A little sophomore there was pretty good already. Somebody got the rebound, put her back in. Snyder's in and out. No, that was Bob Kenny, but yeah. Yeah. There's Dale Yelnick hitting one. Don Judy hitting one. 62-64 there. Yeah, looks like a pretty close game. Somebody got a nice tip in there. Yep.
66-72 for recovery 6 ahead.
Uh-oh. Okay, this next one is Jack's senior year versus New Knoxville. Some of these names on those introductions and stuff, they're just the best guess we could make at the time looking through the films. So you guys look at these films later on and find out they're not right. Don't worry about them. We just guessed the best we could. Tried to put things in a little bit of an order so we'd know what was coming up as you watch the film. I think we have quite a bit of the game here. Jack was 32 there, just went down the side. That's Chuck Kenny, Carl Kester's. Yeah, that's Chuck Kenny with the ball. Now Rick Stahl has it. Rick's a year older here. You guys getting ready to go someplace? We got a ball game, that's right. Is that add-ins on you? We're getting down towards it. I don't know how much more is left, but it can't be too much more. Okay, just go ahead. There's Rick taking a shot from the side. Driving, move, and missed. Carl got the rebound. And the Rangers got her. Like Jack's shot from the side is good for 2. Chuck Kenny misses the hook shot. Rick comes back to the top of the key, off the rim. Chuck Kenny's up, no good. Like somebody was fouled, maybe. Nope, steal by Knoxville. Rick comes back in the middle. Rebound, basket's good. Yep, out of bounds for Jack. Bucket for Rick. In and out. Looks like Knoxville's doing a pretty good job on the boards here in this game so far. Nice pass by Jack. Nice shot by Rick over the defensive hand. Knoxville's got their own rebound. Rick hits again. I think he's warming up here. 45-36. See how he started to pull away a little bit in the second half, maybe, or to miss the second quarter. It looks like. No, it has to be third quarter. 6:12 left. It has to be third quarter. Maybe even later than that. Mercer gets one cutting into the middle. Back out to the top. Rick could dribble off those picks and shoot it pretty good. Like Carl got one. On the other end, rebound, I guess. With Mooser in the corner, Carl Overman gets the rebound, or Carl Kesters gets the rebound back in. So Kenny shots off, but Jack tips her back in. Jack's over the top. Rebound back in by Mooser. Yep. Moose and Jack are pretty good friends, both playing forward on the basketball team. They get to play basketball together and fish a little bit together. Well, I don't know if either one of them could really catch a good fish. Sharon has a big team this year. They got a lot of height, but they don't have real good ball handling. Rick's their only really true guard there. Chuck Kenny plays the other guard, but he's more like a forward. And each of the other guys are really inside players. They're not really ball handling forwards. That's the end of the film. I guess we'll say sayonara. This is December 20th, 1988 is when this was recorded. For posterity. Christmas is coming up pretty soon. Grandma said Merry Christmas to all. And to all, good night.